Hello, this is Builder Shed here, and today I'm going to do a little short video, basically to show you like the fact that customization of Linux is far less limited than Windows. You can do a lot more on Linux than you want Windows. I'm pretty sure you can't even do this on Windows. Windows. Well, maybe you can, but you have to put the dock up. But you have to put the taskbar up here, and you can hide them, which I don't even think you're probably going to be able to do with Windows 11. Actually, you won't even be able to move the taskbar up here with Windows 11. You can't do over here. You can't move over here. All you can do is just move the Windows button over here. But other than that, buddy, so basically Linux has a lot more customization than Windows. Now I can drag. So what I have right here is basically the KDE desktop environment with a latte-dock down here. The latte-dock built from source. I'm pretty sure, like on some distros, it's going to be updated enough where you can do this without just like from an app install. But I'd recommend doing it from source, as this is probably going to work best from source. Just remember to read its instructions, by the way. So, this will give you a little tour. Of course, I have an icon up here. It's Black Ops Plutonium, which yes, I can run Plutonium on here. It may be a Windows application, but it still runs. So first of all, of course, I have the time over here. Good old birthday. 8, 8 o'clock in the day, in the afternoon, or should I say 8 o'clock in the evening. AKA, judging by what it looks like outside, 8 o'clock at 8 o'clock at night. Almost 9. I have my notifications over here. And I have like some system tray stuff. I have basically some other stuff over here. And then two buttons over here basically allow me to quickly lock or shut down the PC. Over here, of course, I have my favorites I put down here. And so it's a start button, my little applications button that I pop open. Then you can go down here and click. I change its icon to match what distro I'm using. For example, I've just changed it to the Gecko for OpenSUSE and the Gentoo icon. When I use Gentoo. And over here is basically the applications that are being used. So that's that. So the next thing so I think it's time for me to show y'all basically how I got this set up. So overall for theming, so let's go to appearance. I usually don't have a global theme set here. So for plasma style, I have white sur dark as my theme. I'm pretty sure some would also not have as much of a difference, so I change it to that. Well, this actually has a bit of a difference and looks quite different. I change it to this. And it looks like a Windows 10. Or I change it to this, it looks, dare I say, old school. And I could continue to screw around with these if I wanted to. Like there's nothing preventing me from screwing around with these. I can go with LAN. Edna, for example. But for me, I like the white sur dark. This looks really nice. For colors, I took the sweet colors and I basically made them blue right there and stuff. Let me just do this. Switch back. And now it looks like this, my little selecting thing, which is nice. For my window decorations, I use Breeze over here, and title bar buttons, I have this over here. Right there. For fonts, these are basically normal for me. I think for this, let me just change this real quickly to. We'll go down to the S. Wait a minute. What the heck, my boy Linear A doing here, yo? Oh, might as well not get carried away. Showing the monospace, baby. Old school, baby. Move to mono and stuff. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm just gonna, yeah, leave those alone. Apply. You still recording? Yep. Just making sure. This one's trying to be a little irresponsive. Oh wait, now it's working. I really don't have a fixed icon preference. Since I'm on Pop! OS, I'm using the Pop! OS like icons here that it gives me. But I have a crap ton of other selections. If I'm ever not using the Pop! OS icons, I'm usually using the reversal icons. For the cursors, I think this one's quite obvious here. I used a deepen cursor. It's a really good looking cursor. Like, you gotta give them credit. So yeah, and of course splash screen, I have it set to sweet splash screen, but I can always change these. But I really don't care about those, so what do I have for workspace behavior? Desktop effects. So I basically have these for zoom. Really don't care about zoom. Or blur, if you're ever going to use any blurring effects, turn the noise strength down to light. If you, by default, it looks like diarrhea. It looks horrible. I don't know why they have it like that as default. It's like trash. Now this looks good. Of course, I could turn this on, just pop up my files. Yeah, I like making languages, baby. Thought you blew apart. I don't know. I can, of course, make them translucent. And of course, I have wobbly windows and a magic lamp effect like it is in Macintosh, if you know what I mean. Not trying to sound like a boomer. That's practically it for these. On this side of the spectrum, if you know what I mean. If there's one thing I'm gonna recommend for y'all to get though, it's Quantum. You know, I'm not trying to pronounce it in no overly stereotypical German way. It's really spelled Quantum. So of course I could just do this, and it pops up in Quantum Manager. I can just select themes. By default, comes with this theme I kind of like too. That looks like the theme you find with a Enlightenment desktop. You can of course find a Yarger one, which I don't want to blind your eyes, so of course there's a Macintosh type theme. But the one I use, oh boy, is this. So yeah, just pop that out. Just pop that out of existence. So what about the dock? So I'm going in this. First I'll switch this to advanced. I have my digital clock over here, notifications. I have a justify splitter, another justify splitter. I have latte tasks over here, an application launcher, and latte task over here. But for tasks, there's two of them. I have one and there's, so I basically have it like that. And the other one has basically tasks from other ones. Of course, I have a unique group for the launchers. Not that different over there. Effects, I have some shadows stuff enabled. Items. Of course, I can shrink it in size, bring it closer. Squeeze the utter crap out of it. Or be normal. Yeah. Of course, I can do things. I can disable blurring. I can disable the outline. Some people may look good. I can just disable those. So, yeah, that's kind of that. Now I was thinking about this though, is like you can change the layouts too. I got a Big Sur layout too that I can use that looks like Big Sur. It will load up. I don't know why that's not icon, but as you can see, it's literally the Big Sur layout. And of course, let me switch back to. Oh, here's another cool one I have. If you want to see it. Literally, like, you can't do this on Windows. It's just a simple truth. So, yeah. Thinking about it, I may actually use this layout for a little bit. So, but I'm going to go back to my normal layout. And I plan on like putting this out on, try giving you all the latte-dock layout folder for this. So, yeah. So, this is Bill Shed here. Hope to see y'all next time. See ya. If y'all like this type of content, make sure to drop a like. If you wanted to see more of this content, make sure to subscribe. If you don't like this content, or specifically this video, drop a dislike. And it'd be heavily appreciated if you were to also drop a comment explaining why you disliked the video and some issues, also known as constructive feedback. I'll see y'all next time. See ya.